And we welcome all of our viewers inside a place that the folks around here like to call the Vault. And that's Bank of America Stadium in Uptown Charlotte. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Detroit Lions and the Carolina Panthers. Here we go. The final week of the NFL season. Week 17 is underway. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off near the 44. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. You think back to all the interceptions he threw last week. Here we go. First play of the game, another pick.
And you know that all week long, they spent time breaking down exactly why he threw the interceptions. Was it mechanics, bad reads, not enough study? Sometimes you just think about it way too much, and that leads you to the next one.
Time to refocus. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs.
22!
On first down, Stafford here. Toward the left sideline, but it's incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, second and 10. Second and 10, Stafford again. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for third down. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1. The first carry for C.J. Procise. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. On first down, it's Stafford. He'll dump it off to Procise. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's second and 11.
22.
Throwing is Stafford. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. As his guys are in for 6. And the Lions are going to take a first quarter lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern in the middle of the end zone.
And ordinarily, that's a tough spot to find because there's usually coverage to take away that portion of the field. But they found a gap, and they exploited it.
Prater for the extra point. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And onto the field, here come the Panthers. You know, Charles, season winding down, time to maybe look ahead to the offseason. What do you see these guys going after either in the draft or free agency?
Well, with the season that they're having, just about every position is up for grabs right now. No one is really safe, but the focal point's always the quarterback position. And he may be auditioning to try and stay with his own current team. I think he's auditioning for the rest of the league to try and find a spot because I think this team is looking for a new quarterback.
On second down, Hill. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain considering the blitz that they just had against them.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Back to throw. Wide open receiver complete. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And that one good for 16 yards and a first. Now they try the right side here. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now they'll run it on the toss. Runs over it. Oh, and now he pulls him over. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that's going to bring up a third down.
No. Check. Patriot.
Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a fourth down. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be... Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. And the gamble fails. It's incomplete. It would have been a long field goal. The fake doesn't work out. And Detroit getting set to go now. And they'll be looking to make this a two-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing, and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stafford. Open man is Samuel. Complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Second down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining. From the gun, here's Stafford. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's fourth.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
It's a 49-yard punt, but subtract 9 there for the return. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory.
Detroit!
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
Green, 39!
And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Call it no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a third down. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on third down.
Hurry up, here we go! Green!
He'll look to throw. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Taken right around the 44. A terrific return there. 27 yards all told. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. So here come the Lions now. They were forced to punt last time, and I doubt sincerely that they'll have to punt here because they're gifted with terrific field position.
I don't even want to think about the idea that they would end up punting starting with this type of field position. Neither do they. Great starting spot, great opportunity to run your full playbook. They want to take a shot here, they can go ahead and do it.
And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Give him 9 on the play, and it'll be second and about a yard. Now a handoff, Johnson. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and they're going to face a third down.
Here we go, here we go. 10.
Stafford. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 12. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. Well, why do you go out and spend a first-round pick on a defensive back? Plays like that. The rookie gets his first interception.
You have to have guys who can limit the other team's number of plays run and possessions. And no better way than an interception. And what a great way to break into the league.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. The Panthers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
They'll look to throw. And he gets it to Funchess complete. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. His first catch there, good for 10 yards and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here on first down. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. 13 yards on his first catch. It's a first down as well. A pair of first downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. Now they'll run it on the toss. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Now back to throw. Steps away. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
Well, that was man coverage. So once he decides to run with the football, there's no one to account for him, and he turns it into a nice gain.
All right, now, look at 56.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows a defender to gain some ground, come from a long distance, and have a chance to affect the pass.
On 2nd down, Hill. They get 6 here after the incompletion, and it'll leave them with a 3rd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And it falls incomplete after almost being intercepted. A pick there would have been great. The good news for the defense now, it's 4th down. And Godot's kick is right through. But hang on, a flag is down. Now, if it's on the defense, they might decline it and take the points. The penalty moves them into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Jarrett Davis in there to drop him for a loss on the play.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks. Great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he can't corral it. Maybe a big missed opportunity there defensively in the end zone. And now 3rd down. The Panthers on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. He'd had some success as a runner previously on this drive, just not as much space there that time.
Yeah, this time when he pulled it down, they were ready for him. So I think he's going to have to fling a few in order to open up that running lane again.
So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the 3 is just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the 3 is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Hey, go here!
On 2nd and 10, Stafford taking a shot for Samuel. And it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They begin the drive with Hill. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 26, and his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here, 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing.
A hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. But I believe a Lion was there to recover it. Yes, they will indeed keep possession.
And a little bit of good fortune there. He wasn't able to get it back, but he did have a teammate on the spot able to retain possession for them.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now it's Stafford. On the crossing route, complete. It's Shepard. And he'll go down just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. And they'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down. The Lions on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Out of the gun, Stafford. Taking a shot for Samuel. And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. And the Panthers coming out now. Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home. And they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
He's airing it out for Williams. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. They'll drop the throw, and he slings one that's incomplete.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
Gun!
Back to throw here. And that's incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. These kickers now, it used to be that a 50-plus yarder was cause for celebration, now seemingly automatic.
Yeah, isn't it funny when we prepare for a game, when you look at the backgrounds of these kickers, it's interesting, isn't it, to find out they were all-state quarterbacks, receivers, defensive backs, all-state wrestlers, right? Baseball players. We're finding athletes all along, and now they're just specialists putting it through the posts.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. So the Lions offense ready to go back out onto the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. Back with more from Charlotte after this. On 2nd down, here's Stafford. Escaping the pressure right. And he's able to get up here to the 26. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9. A shotgun snap for Stafford. He's going to let this one go deep. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Lions add on to their lead. Prater on to add the extra point. Extra point good by Prater. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. Here's Thompson to return it. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. So second in inches after that first down completion went just shy of the marker.
Gone!
On play action, they'll throw. Rolling to his right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Like the footwork back there, I thought he did a pretty good job of evading that first wave of players. Tried to buy a little extra time out of the pocket, but in the end, oh, that was a tough one.
Yeah, winds up getting buried for the loss. The Panthers on third down, lacking much success, just 2 for 7 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Now let's go!
He'll drop to throw. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL?
Detroit!
The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal.
Back 99 Philly, here we go. Leopard, pass.
They'll set up a throw. And that'll be caught. Touchdown Panthers. Olsen. Greg Olsen, as the first half is winding down. And the Panthers are a 2-point conversion away from tying up this football game. The Panther offense staying put. They'll go for 2. He'll look to throw. Goes right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Lion offense now as they get ready to take over. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Tackle made by Ole Miss's Marquise Haynes. Well, they had the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Johnson. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17 as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the final 2 quarters of the NFL regular season are upon us as the second half of Week 17 is underway. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You're probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down. Stafford now 8 of 15 through the air, but it's 1st and 10 here. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And very little room to maneuver. He'll get this down to about the 39. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
To throw on second down is Stafford. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. The 20, 10, touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions have broken our tie as they take the lead.
I know we often laugh, and sometimes we even exalt the guys who are great trash talkers and give us some really funny lines. But the bottom line is absolute production on the field. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and they lead.
And now they'll be looking to their defense to preserve that lead. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. Here's Thompson on the return. He's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Underneath here to Hill. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. 35 yards on the return. Picked up some good blocks as well. And the Lions will take over. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
Hey, 22!
From the gun, here's Stafford. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. 4th touchdown pass of the game for Matthew Stafford. And the Lions are able to grow their lead.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that, truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Here's Prater now set to kick it away. Here's Thompson to return it. Solid return. Pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Panthers offense here, they get ready to head back on the field. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Joey Bosa in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver, Moore. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. They convert on 3rd with a gain of 22. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. A big play there for the Panthers. 51 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet.
And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are able to get this back within a touchdown. Extra point try good by Gano. And they're within 7 now at 28-21. Gano out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
Stafford on 1st down. Flush to his right. Space to maneuver at the 40. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
He's starting to fall into the category of not fair. Because when he's on target throwing the ball, he's dangerous. But when you add in his ability to make plays with his feet, almost impossible.
Yeah, exactly. They've had trouble stopping him in the secondary. This time they've got the great coverage. Oh, he can run too. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down.
Didn't they tell us in our meetings that they needed to account for him on each and every play?
You think? A guy of his caliber? So how does a guy like him get that wide open?
That usually means there's a tire breakdown on what the coverage was. Everyone thought they were doing something, and they were supposed to be doing something else. But bottom line is, no matter what, you have to know where he is and cover him on every play.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Shepard. Touchdown, Detroit! Matthew Stafford does it again. 5 touchdown passes. And the Lions add on to their lead.
Okay, the highlights are going to show the guy throwing it, the guy catching it, and ended up in the end zone. But how about those big guys up front that allowed that to happen? He had a ton of time to throw the ball.
He did. There's 2 sides to that coin, though. The O-line was great. D-line not very good.
And as well as coverage, because now you're really stuck in a bad spot. That much time to throw the ball, someone usually comes free.
Here's Prater now set to kick it away. Here's Thompson on the return. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Carolina getting set to take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
They're going to look to throw. Looking for the out route, and he's got more. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. It's a pickup of 16 there, and it'll lead to a new set of downs. This quarterback now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. Flushed out right. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. He'll get 8 on the scramble there. It'll be 2nd and a couple.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well? What we call those broken plays, you can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm, really. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. DJ Moore with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Panthers have got it back to a 1-score game. Extra point, and that'll cut the lead down to a touchdown. Gano out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now Stafford. That's Samuel. Caught left side. And he's able to get out to the 32. Brought down there. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. The Lions on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This time it's 3rd and 3. Operating from the gun, Stafford. And that is incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on 3rd down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. Here comes the Lions punter now, as he's on here to punt it away. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. They'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And down he'll go at the 25. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
So many times we talk about having good eye discipline when you're playing defense, making sure your eyes are in the proper place on a given play. Looks like that discipline came to the front there, didn't it? They were able to hold him for a short game when he took off running.
And this is caught. He hits more. So even with the pass interference, it's a completed pass. They'll go ahead and just take the play instead.
How about the effort? Making the catch despite the pass interference. Nothing else to be gained on the play. No need to take the penalty. The play stands.
They'll look to throw here on first down. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it. But fortunately, a Panther was able to get on this. So Carolina keeps the ball.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Caught left side by Funchess. A nice pickup there, 19 yards. And they're set up better for third. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Throw left side complete. That's Rowe. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on fourth down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And the Panthers turned away on fourth down. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they've gone for it twice now on fourth down in this game, and both times unsuccessful.
I wish we could hear the headsets now between the head coach and the offensive coordinator. Now that they're 0 for 2, if they get into a third situation, head coach might say, hey, you got anything for this one? Might get radio silence back.
So we got 3 at one tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. There he goes inside the 30. Over the middle, complete to Samuel. And all the way down to the 25-yard line. Another catch for him. He's over the 250-yard mark now for the game, and he's got another first down. Stafford now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. First and 10. They'll run it with Johnson. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
18 yards there, and it'll be a first and goal. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
Here's Stafford. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Daniels that time. That'll bring up second down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
On second down, here's Stafford. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Daniels that time. Third down here.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the legs. Oh, no, he lost the football. So it goes as a fumble, but the key thing, not a fumble loss.
Yeah, that stat's big, isn't it? I mean, I remember watching teams play. The ball might be on the ground a number of times during the game, but if the other team doesn't get it, that's a huge difference in the ball game. And in this case, they were able to retain possession.
And Prater's kick is on the money. It's good. But now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. And on that last drive, went for it on fourth, turned it over. A good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on fourth down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up third. So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. The first throw for the backup Lynch. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Rowe. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, gone. Gone, gone.
They'll throw on first down with Lynch. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
2nd and 10 now. It's Lynch. He's going to go deep for fun. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Back 99 Philly. Here we go.
They go play action here on first down. They'll roll him out right. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Tease Tabor. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Both defenses have had their struggles, but they've been good enough to get them this lead, and another nice play there to help preserve the lead.
It's been a game of punch-counter-punch, hasn't it? All throughout. But this time, the big swing was taken, and it didn't land. Nice play by them on defense.
Here's Stafford. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they work this out past the 25. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Stafford going to throw it. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. The Panthers are going to take another timeout as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game. So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. Now Stafford. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he'll lose yardage here. Back to the 15. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Stafford now to throw. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. Call that a loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack. But that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
This will be fielded at the 17. Able to avoid him at the 40. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. Carolina getting set to take the field. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, 2-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And both guys were there, but it falls incomplete. Tried to go for the big one there on 2nd down. Now they're likely down to their final 2 plays.
And you know they've got to keep going for the big shot, right? So defensively, you play what they call top down. Nothing behind you. Make everything get completed in front.
And now Lynch. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off by Tease Tabor. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Obviously disappointing, but you had to go for broke here, down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
Throwing here, Stafford. That's going to be caught by Samuel. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Firing quickly here, and that's complete. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. He'll give up 6 yards there on the loss, and it'll bring up 4th down. Well, where do you find that one in the playbook, Charles?
You don't. You absolutely don't. And sometimes what happens,
Put on the scoreboard, you're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
it was, and you know the people really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting.